will bring together a cooperation among nations. Take the case of Israel. The thing is a little more complicated than it might seem on the surface. But any sane Israeli, and there are some there, wants peace. They realize that Israel has no future in the continuation of the present system. Every sane Israeli knows that there must be a permanent peace between Palestinians and Jews. It must be established. You have the president of Israel at present has said so. Well, I know him quite well, and I believe him. And these have been ideas he's had for a long time. He is, for me and for many Palestinians, is an acceptable partner for discussion of this question. And the idea of having a two-state solution for the Middle East, Palestinians and Israelis, each with its capital in Jerusalem. So you have in Jerusalem two capitals, one the Palestinian state, one the Israeli state. You do this, first of all, by going to Syria, which is ready to make a peace agreement with Israel. Everything is done that needs to be done to discuss. You can go in there and you can make the agreement. You can't dictate it, but you can make the agreement. It'll work. If you're determined to make it work, it'll work. And that closes the last insecure border for Israel. That means then that you proceed with what? Well, with nuclear power. What's the big problem in that area? Water. There's not enough water. How can you get water? With nuclear power. Nuclear desalination. So now you can transform an area which is destitute because of the water crisis and related things. And if you have peace among these people as parties to the peace, and base the peace on commitment to this project, you can stabilize that region if people of goodwill are there. The problem is the Israelis did this little operation against Syria, and therefore they're not too enthusiastic at going right ahead right now and making the negotiation. Though Peres has indicated he's committed to doing it. And everything he says so far indicates that's true. So what we have before us is the prospect, if we can get this thing in view, we can proceed quickly throughout the world to work through part by part of the world. We can begin to put things in place to rebuild the world as President Roosevelt had intended had he not died. The intention was, coming out of the war, the idea of the creation of the United Nations, the idea of the elimination of colonialism systematically and immediately. These kinds of things were the intention of Roosevelt. The Truman administration turned it around and joined with the British. But today the same kind of thinking applies. If we decide that we're going to defend the U.S. economy in particular against what is now an immediate and virtually inevitable collapse, disintegration of our economy, of our republic, if we decide to do that and use the methods I indicated, that can change the world. It will break the power of the British Empire, the empire which gave us 9/11.
Thank you, Len.